Petrol price hits 1,000 naira per liter in Abuja as queues return. Exactly. The problem is that the government is not able to manage the economy effectively. Now, we're talking about fuel subsidy removal and payment of palliatives. Now, fuel subsidy is back again, and federal government is denying that fuel subsidy is not back. So, which one do we follow? Because the person piloting the affairs of the country has been lying about everything about himself and government. Now, everything about this country now is lies, lies, and lies. Okay, so with all this problem coming now, fuel price cannot be stable because the dollar is not stable. After all, the people that are importing this product are importing it using the dollar, and the dollar exchange rate is floating and it's even not accessible. Dollar is not available for people who are legitimately doing their business. Now it's causing fuel scarcity. A liter of petrol in Abuja now is 1,000 naira. How? So if I'm filling my tank of 70 liters, I'll be spending 70,000 naira. That is what it means. Wow, this is bad. Okay. Now the petrol scarcity in Abuja took a new turn on Tuesday, October 10, with retailers selling the product for as high as 1,000 naira per liter. This is even as long queues have returned to the streets of Nigeria's capital city, a reflection of the crisis rocking the downstream sector of the petroleum industry. Politics Nigeria reports that this is coming barely 24 hours after the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, denied the return of subsidy on the product. However, most filling stations in Abuja were locked on Tuesday as long as queues were seen at the few that were dispensing fuel to motorists. Prices have also gone up at the pump as most independent retailers were selling at 625 per liter, while NNPC was dispensing at 613. Black marketers who were seen with the product in yellow kegs had also increased their price from 750 to 1,000 naira per liter. This came weeks after President Bola Tinubu said there will be no longer increase in pump price of petrol, despite the deregulation of the downstream market, adding that the present petrol price would remain. So what is happening here is that fuel prices are back and high. Okay, so it's selling as high as 1,000 naira per liter, even in black market. Because if the filling stations are not selling, I tell you, trust Nigerians, filling stations will not sell to motorists on a normal price of 615 to 725 naira per liter, but they will sell to black marketers at 750 naira per liter, who will in turn go and sell to the public at 1,000 naira per liter. Most especially now that $1 now is equivalent to 1,025 naira. It is very, very bad situation that we are finding ourselves right now. So the question is, how long are we going to continue like this? How long are we going to continue to be under APC government that is absolutely clueless about economic management? Okay, Buhari's government of APC stayed for 8 years cluelessly and turned Nigeria into something else. Now Tinubu government has come. He promised to continue from where Buhari stopped, and that is exactly the promise he's keeping. Continue from where Buhari stopped in meting out hardship to Nigerians. Because this government, what Nigerians have passed through under Tinubu in the past 4 months, is actually almost worse than what Nigerians passed through Buhari in 8 months, or passed through under Buhari in 8 months. Sorry, in 8 years. Okay, and this is a very bad situation we are finding ourselves. And in the midst of all of these things, you will see some tribal bigots supporting him. You will see some tribal bigots supporting him, and you expect this country to move forward when people are being erroneously sentimental, erroneously fanatical, what do we call them? Erroneously being sycophants to political godfathers that are not even doing them good. And when you look at these sycophants too that are defending Tinubu and APC, they're even more miserable than other people. That is how bad their life is. And after supporting APC, they will go behind to start begging other people money for survival. What useless life people are living. Now look at the state the country is now. With the way things are now, and with the dollar going over 1,000 naira, you are seeing that companies are shutting down, people are losing employment, airlines are going to shut down, there is no fuel, okay, and the companies cannot continue to run because one, most of the companies that need dollar to do their business cannot have access to the dollars. Airlines cannot retrieve their dollars back to their country after selling tickets to Nigerians. So how do we run a system like this? Nigeria is heading towards collapse. Obviously, it's not going to take long. Nigeria is likely going to collapse completely. It is getting too glaring and too obvious. How long are we going to continue running a nation like this? Nothing is working. So now criminality is going to increase because with the way life is going, children will not be able to go back to school because parents don't have money to give them. Parents will not go back to work because there's no work. The businesses where they're working have shut down and they have been sacked. Most businesses are going to crumble. So how will Nigeria survive? That is the biggest question we're asking. How is Nigeria going to survive? It's becoming something very, very bad, and we're looking at it, and it's getting worse. Now, somebody is making a comment here. Emiloka is working. Now, my turn to destroy Nigeria. Exactly. So this is how bad it is in Nigeria right now. This is a Emiloka syndrome. It's their turn to destroy Nigeria, and they're destroying Nigeria. And somebody said, honestly, things are not looking good in Nigeria. The dark days are here. God is our refuge. The system and government has failed us, but our God will help us. We need to do something. We know that God will definitely help us. Anything you are doing, God will help you. Okay, but I think we need to take some actions. Someone say, my dear, we are living by God's grace. These useless leaders will kill themselves, not us. Tinubu is working, seriously working. Yes, seriously, because people are supporting him, even when they are falling into the pit, they are still supporting him, which is a very terrible situation. When you appoint a scammer in a sensitive position and you are expecting result, then wait for another episode of Chicago Lies. Somebody say war is coming. It might be true.